And I just want to offer a comment about the Vagabond's video, where they, in their opinion, offer 5 reasons why they think more cruisers are not coming to Japan. Let me say, we're really happy to have them. You know, the world's largest YouTube sailing channel means that Japan gets a great platform. Secondly, what a great family they are and crew. So much respect and admiration for them. You know, we each have our own unique styles and ways, but yeah, I'm so glad that they came, and really applaud them for what they're doing. They've already covered so much territory in Japan. You know, they offer 5 reasons why they think more sailors aren't coming to Japan. And there's a guy who's lived here for 27 years, been sailing for 3.5, on my boat for 5, have cycled the length of Japan more than once. I thought I'd just offer not a rebuttal, but a further comment. I'm always interested what first-timers think of when they come to Japan. I love to look at Japan through their eyes, so it always interests me what first-time bloggers or content creators say about their trip to Japan. So they mentioned 5 things. So the number 1 reason they gave was typhoons. Let me say something about typhoons. When I started sailing in Japan 5 years ago and left Tokyo port for the last time 3.5 years ago, I was told a couple of things about typhoons and about the weather systems. First of all, they said, avoid Okinawa in typhoon season. It's called Typhoon Alley. Secondly, they said November and March are the transition months. In the summertime, there's the southerlies, and in the wintertime, there's the northerlies, and those 2 months are the transition months. And also that typhoon season is kind of August through October. The fact is, it's all over the map. But I've been talking to cruisers and sailors, and the belief that there's predominantly southerlies in the summer and northerlies in the winter is not totally reliable. There's lots of windows in both seasons where you could sail opposite direction. Secondly, in terms of Typhoon Alley, all of Japan is in Typhoon Alley. I've sat through Tokyo's worst typhoon in 50 years. When I was there, just after I moved on board my boat 5 years ago. I've had to find typhoon holes in the Seto Inland Sea, which is, some believe, is a safe haven from typhoons. And this year in Okinawa, where I chose to be, we haven't had one typhoon that's taken a direct hit. So in terms of typhoon season, yeah, really from April onwards, you get the swirling lows coming up the archipelago. You got to choose your windows. But always remember this, that where there's a storm, there's also energy. And where there's energy on the periphery, you find what you need to go where you want to go. Secondly, they named the bureaucracy. It is true that Japan is ruled by bureaucracy and rules. I have a Japanese flag vessel. I am ruled by rules, a different set of rules to what incoming cruisers are ruled by. I've been stopped 10 times by the Coast Guard in 5 years inspecting my papers. So you need to expect that. The good news is for incoming cruisers, the rules eased up a few years ago. And yes, there are some hoops to jump through to arrive in Japan and cruise Japan, yet those can be done. Some people choose to hire an agent, which makes those things go very smoothly. And the main agent they tend to hire is Kirk Patterson of Compera Consulting. He's bilingual. He knows the bureaucracy well. They know him as well. He can really make that smooth for you. This is not a paid commercial, but I know that all those who have used Kirk coming to Japan have been very pleased. Some sailors don't like to spend money, and they prefer the adventure of doing it all themselves. And I've met many cruisers like that as well, and most have been quite successful. Yeah, I get it. Japan is off the beaten track in terms of trade winds and people's usual circumnavigations. You have to detour to get here or do it en route. on your way across the North Pacific from Asia back to North America. But also the wonderful thing about Japan is it is off the beaten track, as I am now. Just don't see other foreigners. I've gone into harbors where if it was in the Med or Caribbean, I'm told there'd be dozens of boats there. I'm the only one. So it's wonderful to be off the beaten track. I've sailed by remote hills where wild horses roam in Kyushu, the granite cliffs. I'm going to sail by next year where the Alps spill into the sea, to the remotest ports where not even COVID arrived during the COVID, at least in terms of recorded COVID cases. So I love off the beaten track Japan. That's why I'm here. Fourthly, Le Vagabond states the language barrier. For sure, language is a barrier. But in this day and age with technology and digital translators, it's no excuse. Plus, I recommend everybody coming in not only learn the basic words and how to pronounce them. The pronunciation rules aren't that difficult in Japanese. I learned Spanish very little bit many years ago when I lived in Mexico, and I found the vowel sounds for Spanish are almost identical in Japanese. So learn your pronunciations, but also learn some words beyond the greetings and the transactional phrases like where is a coffee shop or where is a hotel. Those are questions where you're asking for information back. But there are some certain keywords I've also written in the blog that will help you fit in, particularly if you're in off the beaten track Japan. The fifth one they said it was fear of the unknown, particularly mentioning poisonous creatures. Well, it's true. There's a lot of unknowns in Japan. People are scared of the unknown. When it comes to creatures, in my view and experience, there's very few dangerous creatures. Now, Le Vagabond, after they left Okinawa, where I met up with them, they went to Amami Island, one of my favorite places. But there, they have the deadly habu snake. The deadly habu snake is not native to the Amami Islands. It actually arrived through a shipwreck from Taiwan eons ago. And now they're prolific. In fact, there's a bounty on habu snakes. People earn money, 3,000 yen a snake, for catching them. They're dangerous. There's also killer hornets in some forests. You can get bears further north. You can get cheeky monkeys. But actually, Japan is relatively safe. I'm allergic to bee sting. I've ended up in hospital with that in an ICU unit, but that's me. So I had to carry an EpiPen for that. But actually, Japan is a very safe place overall. And safety in another way is also in Japan, in terms of human security and property security, very safe. I've lived on my boat 5 years. I'm away from her weeks at times. I've never locked my boat once in 5 years. So Japan is a wonderful place to be, believe me. Well, I hope that helps you give further understanding to Le Vagabond's 5 reasons. Come, it's never too late. There's plenty of help and support if you need it. Check out my blog where I outline those 5 words to be a fit or inner in Japan. Right? Really pleased Le Vagabond is here. Glad they raised these 5 issues. Watch their videos and others as well. You'll see how beautiful of a land it is, and see you soon in Japan. Remember, it's never too late.